Today, in this very special episode, I'm going to show you how I built a fossilized reef diorama from broken pieces of fossils. So, if you saw my other videos, you already know that I discovered a place where there was an ancient fossilized reef, and I bring home a lot of broken pieces of different species of corals. So this was my attempt of building something truly unique. This is not scientifically correct, so don't judge me because of that. I hope that you like this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button, and if you stick around to the end, I will promise you a nice surprise that I'm sure you're not expecting. So, let's dive into the construction. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode. So, I promised you guys in my last video that I would show you what I am going to do with these bits that I found in my last video. I don't know if you saw it or not, but if you saw it, you know that there are a lot more pieces than they are in here, and they are outside. I didn't bring them over here because I don't want to overcomplicate what I'm trying to do. So for you guys to get the overall idea, so I will try to reassemble some of them and try to make something like I have in here. So this is not scientifically correct, so this is inaccurate, so a sort of speech, but you can clearly see that there are all horn corals, there are a few bits of corals, there is a gastropod, and I built this in the other video that I had posted on YouTube. But this time I want to do a thing a little bit different. So I have these pieces over here, and if you saw the other video, you saw me identify them with little text that have numbers. So the process of putting them back together, at least the larger parts, it's a lot more easier. So I know that this one fits in here and this one fits over here, so I have already this sorted out. So I know that this makes a huge let me sit down, so makes a huge part of the coral. So I have sorted parts that don't fit any place because they already were broken when I dig them out. So one thing that I would like to do before starting the process of glue them back together and rearrange, it's to look at the overall shape and what could I do with the fossils that I have. So this, for me, it's the coolest part because this one is in one piece. So it's not very beautiful, but you can clearly see that it's a coral and it has a base. So I guess I'm going to put this on, I don't know, on the edge of the coral. I don't know, maybe like that, or like, well, I'm not going to put it like that. So maybe like this, and I have to come up with a sturdy base, good base to put this. So these ones I already showed. These ones are parts of one another. So now I don't know how this grows. I don't know if it stays like that because I found it like that, or if it grows in the vertical. But I looking at this over here, so for you guys that are experts, so normally things tend to accumulate in the bottom. So you can see that the bottom, this bit over here, it's more round. So for me it makes a lot more sense that this grows. This is the top part and this is the bottom. So for me it makes sense that this is like that and not like that. So that is, but I will check the internet just to make sure, because this other one over here looks like the beginning of something and then it breaks over there. So friends, here it is. So I managed to glue these two pieces back together, and also these pieces that are in here. So I don't use that glue Loctite. Loctite I'm going to use to the smaller pieces. I use this epoxy room that is composed by part A and part B. So you have to mix this in a separate container, and then result glue you use to glue the pieces back together. You have to be careful because this when it dries, this is this is very, very strong. So now I'm going to wait a little bit, and since this is drying, I will start to wash the other bits that I bring along. So this will stay here, and I go outside to my balcony and start the process of cleaning the things that I bring last time. So let's get going. So friends, I managed to wash the little pieces that I bring along, so they are not all in here. So I just wash the ones that I identified with the numbers. So if you saw the movie, you know that I took pictures of the position where they were. So that doesn't mean that they all fit together. So they might be broken already when they end up in that position. So it might be unsuccessful trying to reassemble because they don't fit all together. But well, anyways, this is not a scientific exercise. This is just for fun and for art, and we'll see what I'm going to do next. So guys, I was working a little bit on these pieces that I have here, so I managed to glue some of them back together. So I have this large piece over here that I managed to fit nicely. So this is a large chunk of coral. Just this crack, it's a little bit ugly, but it's the part belongs to here. So I was looking at these bits that I have in here, and I was looking at the pictures that I took when I did the fossil hunting in the other video. So I noticed that this if I look at this shape, this concavate shape, I guess it's the name, so it fits nicely like that. So it kind of looks like the coral wasn't in layers. So I don't know, I was reading a little bit about this type of corals, and what I read about is when they grow like that, like a plateau, sort of speak, it means that they need to get a lot of sunlight. So it's different from the others that are spikes. So probably I will assemble this more or less like that, in conjunction to the other piece that it's drying over there. So now I'm going to pass to the little pieces, and I'm going to see if I can put some of them back together, and then I will come back to this one over here. So friends, here it is, an update. So I managed to put this piece back together. It's all pretty much in there, so I guess they fit all together, at least these ones that are in here. So we have a nice piece of coral, still missing a lot of bits, and we have this one that I call the finger. It's quite unusual, but it's well, take a good look. It looks like a finger. In the beginning I thought that these don't belong together, but this was not glued, so this was like that. So I guess I pretty much nailed the spot where I need to put them, to glue them. So these ones are correct, so they are in the spot there they should be. So still have a lot to go in that bit, in that pile. I have another lot over here that I want to see if I can pull anything together. And I have those two bits over there in the ground that are drying, so I put them over there because the desk was wobbling a lot, and the process of drying the glue may not occur like I would like. So this might look like well, that I have less fossils, but keep in mind, guys, I still have a lot to go. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to process all of that are in there, but these ones are turning okay. So friends, the degree of difficulty of this, it's quite high, because if you look at the fossil has already has some cracks, as you can see in here. If this breaks in here, it will be almost impossible to glue them back together, because they are a little bit shift from the original position. I don't know if you are seeing this, so it has a crack over here, so this place shift a little bit, but it's still solidified in the same place. So it's cool, because it's this was not glue. This is like that, I don't know, for hundreds of years. So the one piece that I glue was this over here. Not sure if I made a good job, but I guess I did. So it matched perfectly with that, but it's difficult because the joints don't seem to join very well. So it's quite a challenge, but this is just for you guys to see that it's not easy. Just came here and glue the parts all together. It's a bit difficult. So okay, let's continue. So friends, after some hard work and choosing the right materials and glues, so I just have this piece. So it's drying yet, but the overall look, it's more or less like that. It's going to be supported like that. So this side I want to put the rest of the corals, but I guess you get the point. So friends, I was messing around in my attic and I found this aluminium holes. It was from an old IKEA furniture that I have, and I didn't put this in the bottom, but this made a perfectly stand for, or base for, this part. And I guess I'm going to start to build. Oh, this with just one hand is going to, oh sorry. So after that almost disaster, so you get the point. So this will be the bottom of the stand. So friends, this is day 5 of the construction. It took me a lot of time just to build this support over here. So I had a few problems along the way. So I was using super glue, crazy glue, or whatever you want to call it, epoxy glue, but it wasn't good enough. So I need to use that white stuff that you see. That is the cement glue, the stuff to glue the tiles in the bathroom. So unfortunately I left a few drops falling here, so it's going to be very hard to remove this. But now this is all secure. That's a relief. So you can really look. So you already saw that I managed to reconstruct this. But you can really appreciate some of the overall. I'm not sure if it's going to stay like this. Okay, this is just so you guys to more or less appreciate. This is dangerous. So I'm going to put more over there. So on the back of this. So I think it's going to be a very cool piece. So I still have a lot of work to do, so I might as well stop talking and start working. So friends, I've been working a little bit longer in this. So I had at this bit over here, that was the extension of this slab that that was in here. So it makes the continuation of this top over here. So I have this white bit that I have to clean this. So this is all in construction, so never mind that. But you can see that, well, it's more or less natural, the pattern, because this thing belongs to here. So and I have this white over here that I want to get rid of. This is the cement. And I was thinking about one thing. So I have now I have this slab on top of this. So if I look, so it's not so cool. But there was one thing that I was considering. So I have this bottom over here, this aluminium that it gives me some stability to work on this. So I was thinking in adding some more stuff on the top, but then I realized, so I have to concentrate on the bottom. I'm not going to leave this aluminium here because I think it's not too cool to have this like that. So if you know me and you know my movies, you know that I bring along a lot of fossils that I don't use. So I only have the best ones in my collection, as you can see, and I have outside just the right thing. So I'm kind of considering in using that for the base of this. So let me show you, because it's outside in my backyard. So let me show you. So friends, this is the rock that I bring home in one of my videos. I must be out of my mind because this is humongous and it's very large. And if I turn it around like that, whoa, there is a bit over here. Oh, this is massive. That could make a nice base for my project. So I'm considering in using this. So just one stuff, it's the color of the rock, it's a little bit different from the other. So this could be a very nice base to my project. So it stays like that, and reef on top of this. It could be nice, but I still have another thing that is in here. Sorry about the water, it's all dirty because this was all dirty. This is another coral that I bring along. So this one was found more or less in the same region, I guess a little bit more on top. So this could be added like that. I'm just concerned about the weight that all of this will bring in my shelf. So I'm kind of a little bit over my head in this project, but maybe it will turn out okay. So let's continue and see what else can I remember. I guess I'm going to use this. This is way too cool to leave it in my backyard. See, the pattern more or less the same like the other one, and it is a shame to be out there eroded. And this one also, it's cool. So I think I'm going to use both of this. So let's see what I'm going to do. So friends, I managed to bring this large piece over here. So it has that bit over there broken, but overall I guess this could be an excellent base. It's already broken out in that place. So without the aluminium base, I don't know if it could stay cool like that or not. Just wondering. So friends, we ran into a few problems. Last night I was falling asleep when I heard a large sound coming from my office, and I realized that this piece over here fell off. So we have to work this out. So I think that joint over there was not properly glued. So now you can see how am I fixating the corals. I'm also using some metal rods. So this is part of I guess this was part of furniture from IKEA, and this is pretty solid, so this was helping to stabilize this bit over here, so for me not to have anything on the bottom. But that joint over there, so it wasn't very well glued, so we have to work this a little bit better. So I will try to also to remove this white stuff. So let's get started. So friends, here it is, one more day. So well, you are going to laugh about it, but okay, I know that I'm a bit crazy, but well, starting at this point, this was the thing that this was the bit that was broken. So I made some epoxy glue and I glued this back together, and it's still drying a little bit. So friends, this is day 7 of the construction. I'm still having a few issues. So this is still drying, so I didn't move this yet because I want this to be firm glued between these two parts. So this one I'm considering to put this like this way. I'm considering using this to cover some flaws in the process of gluing back the fossil together. So I'm not sure if this species was buried in the sand or if it is attached to something, but the purpose is like that. So if I had something that I want to hide, for instance this crack over here, I could glue this in here like it was some sort of bivalve attached to the coral. See, that is the main reason. And since this is the same color and it has a nice texture, I don't know if the camera is going to focus all right or not, but overall I think it could be a nice addition. I don't want to oh, I will take it out with it's here. So I don't want to excess in the details. So now I'm concerned in adding more stuff on this side, and this will have to go like that because I think that they are too much in the center, so it needs a little bit more on this side, more sticks. So friends, here it is, final work. So it took me a lot of hours doing this. So I was planning on doing just one side, so the reef would stay like this, and the other side I wasn't planning on doing nothing, but I made this side and I made the other side. So I'm going to show you some details. So one thing that you all probably noticed, I added this gastropod in here. I think it could be cool. Well, it makes a nice addition to the all of the reef motif, sort of speak. So I added a few other things that are smaller, but I think they are cool. So I added that little shell that is in there, so I glue it back in the reef. So I added this coral with some spines of sea urchin and some bivalves as well in here. So I think it could be a nice addition. So this other side, in the beginning I wasn't thinking on doing anything, but since I had a lot of horn corals, solitary corals, I added them in here. So I think they they stayed nice in there. So that's about it for this reef, but I want to show you a little surprise that I did, a little thing. So I promised you a surprise in the end, so I'm going to show you guys, so just wait a little. So guys, here's the surprise. So instead of doing just a simple fossil diorama, I added a few LED lights scattered around the fossil reef, so it gives that warm feeling. So I don't know, I think it's cool like that. So I added a few more details. There is much to see. So if someone curious tries to pick between these two slabs, you can see that I hidden the LED behind the shell. So I glued the shell and the LED is behind the shell. But over there is a gastropod. So if someone tries to take a look what's inside, oh, there is a gastropod hidden over there. That's cool. So this is just a few details that I had. I thought that it would stay nice. So I'm pretty happy with the overall result. I didn't even plan of doing this part over here, and I think those horn corals stayed so cool on this side. So it's a shame that this would stay like this against the wall, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But I just want to show you just one more thing. So I'm going to disconnect the lights. So this is the look of the fossil reef at night. So this is a pretty nice lamp. I never thought of doing something like that. So guys, if you like this, so don't forget to put a like and subscribe to my channel. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. So see you on the next movie. Bye!